It's been a special experience for me because it's very much an ensemble group of actors, and I've gotten, I think, closer to the other 4 actors in this movie than I am with almost anyone else I've ever worked with or that I know right now. I mean, today I know them so well, and we kind of have meshed together really well. Our approaches to the work and things, the rehearsal time, the way. I mean, now we're almost at the end of shooting, so now when we work on scenes, there's almost like a rhythm that we fall into with each other right away. It's kind of like being in a play that's been running for a long time.
John Hughes.
John Hughes. You want me to talk about John? Well, let's see. Well, he's a very interesting person.
John is interesting.
He is.
I mean, it's like having a man who has, as a director, who has the ability to become a 16-year-old.
Yeah, he does. He goes back and forth, you know. He's like a little chameleon. And he knows, I think, how exactly, like by now with all this, he knows how to talk to you about what he wants you to do. You know what I mean? He likes to direct a lot while the camera's running, like just like say, okay, now I want you to try this, just really slowly, and you just kind of do it. And he's also open to my ideas or whoever he's directing, your ideas, and what you want to bring into the character, things that you like to try. He'll be like, sure, let's try it, you know. But it's got to be 50-50. I mean, you have to be willing to try a lot of things that you might not be so sure about, and then you find, oh, actually it works, or no, it doesn't. Everybody here has had to be very, very open and flexible about the work.
But it really is interesting because it allows, I don't know, I can't think of a screenplay that I know of, other than this one, that allows 5 young actors the chance to really grow in the way this film does. It allows you to show what you can do as an actor.
Yeah, it has. Because the characters are pretty well defined, so, you know, there are boundaries.
Could you talk about it a little bit for me in terms of it being such a special screenplay in that sense that it opens up a lot of options for you and for the other actors? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I do. It's special in that what he's done is he's brought 5 characters to, the screenplay is about these 5 characters. But on first glance, it would seem like there were 5 kind of caricatures. Like, all right, we already have you pegged. Actually, there are whole kind of secret lives and things going on with them that you slowly begin to find out. I don't think that any one of us really knows what the other 4 are doing with their character, you know. Never quite know what's going to come out in a scene or how someone's going to approach something, ever. So it's been this slow kind of getting to know also. Plus, we've been doing the whole thing in sequence. So things are gradually revealed, and then we don't have to go backwards and hide them again. I mean, once they're out, and things start to change. Plus, because of the way it's written, there's a lot of freedom for a relationship that gets established in the beginning to go through a major change and continue from there on in, you know. It's just, everything doesn't have to stay exactly the same. There's nothing static about it.
Who's your character?
Allison? Allison has a lot of secrets. She has a very kind of colorful and an inner life that is just constantly in motion. It's always going on. I think that what she is really is something that's very kind of simple and pure, but the way that it comes out is very complicated. You know?
Do you like your character?
Yeah, I do. I like her a lot, and I identify with her in a lot of ways.
How?
Well, I think that Allison is not one of those characters who's confused about who she is. I think she knows what it is that she's feeling all the time. The problem isn't, you know, what am I feeling? What do I really want? What's really going on with me? It's more, do I want you to know? You know, like, do I trust you or not? What do I think you want from me? Maybe I should just give you what you want from me instead of what I'm really feeling. So I know a little bit about that. Why? Because I've been in different situations where my mind can work pretty quickly, like to kind of size up and evaluate a situation. And then I sometimes decide that I'll just act according to what I know is going to kind of jive well with what's going on here. And
Okay. Where were we? We were...
That how I can size up a situation or figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that's something
You still haven't told me how this character is like you.
She's...
I really want to know, reading your bio and stuff like that, you seem very directed. You decide you want to do something and you really go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, is that it? This girl doesn't really go for it, though.
Yes, she does, see, but it's not quite as, it's very easy for me to tell you now, yes, I've decided to go for something and just gone for it, but it's kind of different when you think, that's something I really want to do, now let me get the courage up to do it. I mean, when you're going through the process, it's really easy to talk about it later, but she's going through the process, I think, right now, during the movie, just through finding out what it is, where is she going to go with all of this? I mean, I think she knows what's important to her. Yeah, she does. She knows. And what she wants, it's like a chicken getting hatched, Like, when do you break through the shell, That's what she wants to do.
Do you feel like a chicken getting hatched?
No, I don't feel like a chicken getting hatched, but I mean, that's my analogy,
Well, you're right.
I mean, as the character, no, she's not, no, that's not my image for her.
You were talking about why you feel the affinity, which I try to get from you too, and I've never been able to grasp exactly what it is.
There's something really strong, and it's kind of specific, but it's not easy to talk about.
I've never seen anybody, but
I
know, because you talk about your character, you get this big ear-to-ear grin. It's wonderful.
Because I
it's
love
like she's
her.
Your best friend.
Yeah.
It's like she's your alter ego.
She is, and it's like I have to protect her. Do you know what I mean?
Hurry yourself.
Yes.
Sorry.
Are you talking like her now?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sorry about that.
I know.
I was trying to think when I was writing, your bio, and you say, I identify with her a lot.
Yeah.
I was thinking, that's great. She left it at there. She didn't go from there.
I know. She said, "What is it about Allison you identify with?" And I said, "I can't tell you." No. But I don't know. 2 weeks, this movie will be over, and then we can have a long talk about it.
Great.
No, but then I want to be here with the video camera. Come on.
Okay, I'm so on the spot. Okay.
You can say I don't want to answer. You can say
I can't. Well, I'm trying to answer as best I can without going tearing my ribs open.
Okay. Let's see, where should we go on from here?
Sorry.
I want to go back a little bit more about working with the other kids, too. How you work together.
Oh, yeah. It's an amazing situation here. It was, when we first met each other, thought, oh my God, I have to get to know these 4 people, and how is that going to happen? It was a little scary. Right now, I have to tell you, I am closer to Emilio and Judd than I ever even dreamed was going to be possible. I just feel so comfortable with them, and I really love them. And I also have a kind of this strange relationship with Molly. It's like we have a real affinity for each other. Last night we went out and we talked for a while and talked about a scene that we were supposed to do today, which I don't think we're going to get to, but I feel in a lot of ways that Molly is like a sister to me, and there are things about her that are kind of difficult to understand at first, but she's amazing. She's in a lot of ways she's way beyond her age, and then in a lot of ways she is her age, and she's trying to balance it out, But I really feel for that a lot. I know.
Do you find that too with yourself?
Yeah.
Because you've been acting for quite some time now, haven't you?
I have, but it's different. I mean, I didn't have to deal with the kind of success Molly has to deal with at such a young age, and I don't know what I would have done if that had happened to me at 16. It's a little bit scary. See, she has the ability to deal with it, I think. She does, very well.
It's really interesting to see Molly grow. I did some stuff with her on Tempest and on Space Mountain.
Yeah, it's happened fast with her, I think, the growing up. Yeah, she's smart.
Yeah.
I know, but there is a kind of, I mean, she's a mixture. She's a real mixture of somebody who's becoming a woman and still has bits of being a little girl, you know. And I guess the difference is right now, I feel like I've felt like that at different times too. Right now, I feel like they're coming together much, much more.
Do you feel like you're a woman now?
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten past a kind of very awkward stage with myself where I always felt like I was being torn between two things. Now I feel like I'm kind of past that, and I feel like I'm kind of just fitting into myself a lot more now.
That I've known. You're very good actresses. I think you're more interested in other things, and that's what makes them.
I don't see, how can you be, yeah, because how can you bring a whole character's life, you know, to life? How can you do that if you haven't experienced a lot of things, you know?
See, that's why I like doing this, because I get to talk to people I'd never get to talk to. It's wonderful.
I know.
All sorts of little things.
You find out things, yeah.
Preparation for the film. I know some of the people went back and went to high school. Did you?
Oh, well, when we were getting ready for this movie, I had read the script and kind of started to let the character come through. I was working on a play, so I felt very warmed up when we came into our rehearsal period here. I didn't really feel like I needed so much to go to a high school and look at how the students there were, although I did go one day with Emilio and Judd, and it was kind of good to look around, and I felt like a complete outsider. Didn't know any of the girls there. They were all auditioning for a cheerleading team. It was perfect. You know, I felt like they were all staring at me like, who's the new girl? You know, I felt like such an outsider. Because I'm in school so much, you know, I feel I know what it feels like to be a student because I'm continually in that position. But Allison came more up out of not so much physical things, you know. Although I have to tell you, when I put the costume on, it does something physically. I just start to feel, I don't know, I'm very comfortable in it. But it was just more of just kind of, I got a feeling for who this girl was, and she just took on this whole life of her own, just like away. It wasn't that I was so much deciding for her. She just was just like.
Yeah, you can see that in your performance.
Kind of there. Oh, that's good to know.
It really is.
This wonderful dichotomy. What you see in Allison is she doesn't permit herself self-expression, and yet everything, all your activities have always been tied up with expression of self.
Yeah, maybe that's true. Or she does. She wants to express herself so much.
But she's prohibited from doing so.
Right.
But you're a very physical person who, whether it's physically or intellectually, has always found a way to express themselves.
Somehow. I guess that's true. It's very strange.
Yeah.
I want to go back 1 second so we can get that.
Wow.
How do we get this concept into a four-sentence structure?
Into a what sentence structure?
Into a four-sentence structure. The question is, how do we get this so that I can get it done on film to use?
A four-sentence structure. Oh, so that for entertainment tonight.
Let's be succinct.
18 words.
Okay, 18 words or less.
I have 18 words right now to explain it to you. Okay. I'm not going to say what Fidel just said. 18 words to explain that. All right, the different areas, writing and dance and singing and acting, all of them are different ways of exploring how, as a person, you can take, you know, your whole outer environment, the whole world, which is full of color and sound and movement and feelings and all of those things, and you just like channel it through you, and how is it going to come out, you know? This is not going to be 18 words, but if I can say to you, you know, I'm really angry with you, or I can write something that's going to make you feel the way you feel when someone is angry with you, you know, some kind of poem, you know, that makes you feel shame or guilt or remorse. Or I could do something physical, I could slap you across the face, you know, or I can just, with music or song, you can just, like, certain sounds are so pure that they just make you feel like that, you know, oh, what did I do? And all of that it's just part of, I think, just taking this whole, it all has to do with kind of like this inner life and your outer life. There's so many things that you see that make you feel certain ways. How do you bring that, what's in here and what's out there, it's affecting you kind of together so that you can, it goes from out there in here and then out to something else, and then it affects you in again. So it's like always going in and out of things. This is like philosophy 101. It's like USC.
Oh, that's terrific.
That makes sense?
Absolutely. It's like dance and movement. It's that flow that
Right, in and out.
Exactly.